buddy.
Wait, yeah, what is it?
Yeah, what have we been saying?
I think it's
No.
buck up.
Buck up, buddy.
Buck up, buddy.
Buck up, buddy.
Do you have new ear?
We got a hell of a...
Is this new?
No, this is just like old stuff that I've been like, I should try.
I should care about my ears.
It's talking about fashion and accessorizing, and I'm like, I have all these things that I don't wear.
Bracelets and earrings.
Are those on YouTube?
I don't have anything on.
Oh.
Anyway.
I don't have anything on. Well, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Polite as Fuck. I'm Ellie.
Back. I'm Erica.
Nice to meet ya.
Erica like America.
Never heard you say that.
Really? I
Yeah.
say that all the time.
Oh, really?
Because every time, I don't know, when I say my name, people are like, what?
Because people think you have an accent. I don't think you do.
But it's like Erica. And they're like, what? And so I say, Erica like America. And then they get it.
And they're like, America? I'm like, no, not quite. Not quite there.
I know how to say my name. Okay. And I'm saying it right.
Same. Well, it could be worse. You could be called Eli.
But though, really? When does anyone call you that?
All the time, I feel. If I
Really?
type my name anywhere, yeah, people always think it's Eli.
Yeah, over text, but then when you say your name, they're
But
not
even still,
confused.
sometimes they're like, so is it Ellie or is it Eli? I'm like, it's Ellie. What are you talking about?
Have you ever met a woman named Eli?
Isn't the girl that was on Polite as... we're Polite as Fuck. I can't believe I'm getting those ones confused.
We're just like cute.
Massive fucking podcast. Wasn't the one on Girls Gotta Eat
Eli? Yep. Okay.
Example.
Done with this conversation.
Boom. Anyway. We have a very exciting episode for you guys, and one that is... Heated, for sure. And it's about cheating and cheaters.
Yeah. I feel like, well, I'm not going to speak for you, but I do think that we both kind of have trauma in this area. We have a lot of life experience in this area. And I feel like as we're starting to date, we've been good, like, checks and balances for each other of, like, trying not to jump to conclusions because...
It's
you
so
can't
easy.
project
Yeah.
those things onto people, but it is so easy because it's like things that you wouldn't have thought were sneaky before can be sneaky, and you're just like, why is everyone being sneaky?
And once you go through so many different cheating scenarios, which we'll kind of talk about for this episode, you can't help but, well, I can't help to overanalyze anything, everything. I'm like, wait, this is...
It's always
What is
like,
this?
it seems like this, but it could mean something else.
Yeah.
Do you want to start with, like, how would you define cheating?
Yes,
Okay.
I do. I think that's perfect. So, we've talked about this recently.
Wait, sorry. Since we're about to give a definition, my brother sent me this really funny TikTok of, like, every high school graduation speech ever. And it's like, Webster's dictionary defines blah, blah, blah as, and it's so true. Why is that? This is the structure of every speech.
That is so funny.
Yeah.
Anyway, Merriam's dictionary, or whatever the fuck Webster's, Merriam?
Is it Merriam-Webster?
I think so.
Okay. Hyphenated name.
Hyphenated. I like that name, Merriam.
So anyway, what were you saying?
I had a hot take about cheating pretty recently, and I told Erica, like, I forget the context of what we were talking about, but my overall statement was, like, if you're gonna cheat on me, I don't want to know about it. Like, if you're gonna do something, I don't want to know about it.
So does that make it not cheating then?
So, when we said we were going to have this episode, I was, like, thinking about it of, like, okay, do I really mean what I said in that situation? Is that actually how I feel? And so I just got to thinking a little bit about it, and I think my biggest thing when it comes to cheating and how I would define cheating is really anything you feel like you can't tell your partner. Like, anything that you feel a little uncomfortable saying, then I think that is cheating. And I think that covers, like, emotional and physical.
Yeah.
My thought with that statement that I had said, though, is very much towards physical and sexual cheating. which we'll get into, but like my anxiety is like emotional cheating. Like when you feel and like all of a sudden I feel like I'm being like replaced by somebody, but you're still I can't. But the like physical side of things doesn't scare me as much as
I feel like it's maybe easier to cut it off if you
don't have any attachments. But then again, then we kind of open this can of worms of like, is there such thing as having one without the other?
Yeah. I would agree with you on your definition. I was thinking about mine earlier, and I feel like, it's like something that, like, if you told the other person about would be a fight or the end of the relationship. Yeah. And it's like, when you're being sneaky. When you're like, I don't think I should do this, or this is dishonest, mm-hmm. or this would make this person feel bad. Mm-hmm. So maybe don't fucking do it.
Yeah. Yeah. I do think a continuous... Like, I think cheating is cheating. Like, if you are loyal to somebody and you go fuck around with someone else, like, it's pretty obvious to me.
Yeah.
But I think this is where, like, the emotional piece plays in, is, like, if you're continuously doing it. I think there's, like, a mistake of cheating, and then I think that there is, like, cheating. Like, you are a cheater because you continue this behavior.
Do you agree, though? Once a cheater, always a cheater? How do you feel about that statement?
I think with my history with it... history? Something's stuck in my throat. Yeah.
I know, it's such muddy waters.
It really is, but yes,
you do think once a cheater, always a cheater. So in my mind, if you've cheated... Like, that's done. We're done.
Yeah.
Because in my experience, when I think that way or when I'm like, we can work through it, it's like, sure, maybe it's because I never trust them again, but I also feel like it's just like...
I think it's a...
Why was this happening in the first place?
Yes. And I think it's fuck, it was on the tip of my tongue. Not like a trauma, like, not a stress reliever. Like, somebody maybe is, I'm giving these cheaters a benefit of the doubt here. You're put in a situation that it's almost like, it's like an addiction.
Yeah.
And you get put in a situation and you can't help but, like, behave that way. And so I think once you're always in that situation, you're always going to behave. Like, if you're an alcoholic and you're always at the bar, you're going to drink. Like, once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic. Well, then just don't go to the bar. Mm-hmm. So I think... if you're a cheater and you cheat when you are getting, like, emotionally, whatever the situation is, like, whether it's, like, lack of communication in your relationship to say that you're unhappy, whatever the situation is, like, don't put yourself in that box and you won't behave that way again. But I do think if you are responding to a negative or something in your life and that your go-to from that situation is to cheat, then don't be in that situation. And... if you're always in that situation, then you're always going to cheat. Mm-hmm. Is why I think once a cheater, always a cheater. But I don't think it necessarily means, like, people that are in relationships and somebody has cheated and they still stay together, that means, like, oh, it's going to happen again. I think it's possible that it's not going to happen again because they've removed whatever... You know, do you see what I'm trying to say?
In a way, yeah.
But you're like, it's wrong.
I just also feel like, okay, yeah, you, like, delete the app off their phone or whatever. Or, like, I don't know, you have more, like, there's so many ways that someone can cheat. But it's also, like, a you issue. Mm-hmm. Like, if you felt the need to go and do that, you need to figure some shit out.
Yeah.
And I don't know, like... that's not on the other person to do. So maybe you guys do, like, set these things into place so that they aren't tempted.
Yeah.
But it's like, are they working on the root cause of why that was there in the first place?
Yeah. So do you think once a cheater, always a cheater as well?
I think yes, unless you've, like, done a lot of work on yourself. And I don't know that people necessarily do that. I think if you have, like, an avoidant personality type... from my experience, you maybe are more likely to cheat because it's like something's getting difficult, so I'm just gonna, like, go somewhere else.
I think it's also like an immaturity thing.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking of like my personal,
That's true.
my like experiences. I think there has been like other situations in my life where it's been like marriage has been involved, and I think that's a different story. But I think talking about my life and like specifically me involved with someone else and they're kind of cheating,
Yeah.
I think it's like they may not be cheating on the person that they're with now or behaving that way. I think it was just like wrong person, wrong time, something stressful. But I think for me, yeah, if they continued that behavior or whatever was stressing them out, it would have always led to them cheating on me.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like on that, we can't really have this conversation unless, I mean, I'm going to be honest and talk about, like, what I've done, because I feel like I can't just be like, oh, these people are horrible and they did something horrible when I also have done horrible things.
Yeah, same.
And, like, I think the immaturity piece is huge because I think about the one time in my first relationship, like, I can make excuses all day. I didn't really even know, like, I didn't even really want to date him for so long.
Mm-hmm.
And then we, like, after a year, we, like, started actually, like, being official. And then we were, like, in college and he's away. And I'm like, what if I'm missing out? Like, what if this is the time that everyone says in college you're supposed to, like, meet people and experience things, and I'm in a relationship, and just, like, constant doubt.
Yeah.
And I think I know. Like, I reached out to, like, someone who was, like, familiar to just be like, I missed you, and, like, I shouldn't have done that.
Mm-hmm.
That was stupid.
Yeah. I think I've definitely been in situations, and this isn't an excuse, and I think a lot of people can relate, and I do think that it is considered a form of cheating, because if it were to happen to me, which it has, I've been upset. Mm-hmm. But when the relationship has started to fizzle out, and instead of just fucking bucking up, and being like, hey, I'm not happy anymore, I think we should end it, I have put feelers out.
Yeah.
Or, like, put myself in really sketchy scenarios where I'm, like, out having could I have had a drink? I don't know. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Putting myself in a situation where it is, like, you're laughing, you're joking, it's secretive, it's not something I would want my partner to know. Everything that I just said is cheating, is what I did because, I mean, you know, whatever. And I think, like, it's because I was immature.
Yeah, that's so huge. Even now that I'm thinking about it, when we were in Portland and we went to that party, and I was in a relationship, and I was like, I almost was doing it because he was so avoidant that I was like, look, I'm around other guys. Like, does this make you jealous?
Playing the game.
Yeah.
But it's
like,
playing the game once you're in a serious relationship where you're like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Or what
literally.
are they doing?
Like,
you know?
why am I, like, begging for your attention right now and doing, like, things that, like, I don't even want to be doing just to, like, see if you'll, like, have an emotion there.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
So stupid.
So, have you been cheated on?
Yeah. Have you been cheated on?
I have.
Yeah, physically and emotionally.
Yep.
Which is, I would say the emotional piece hurts worse, or has hurt worse, because it takes, I think, a long time to build that up with someone.
Mm-hmm. And it comes crashing down. Mm-hmm. It really does. And I knew your tail was going to go there. I knew it. Yeah, have been cheated on, and the emotional is so much worse to me. Mm-hmm. I do think it was because I was young. I think when I was like physically, like sexually cheated on, if that is physically cheated on, whatever the word is. That was in high school. So like, I don't even know if that counts. I think I thought it did, and it was like very painful, but emotionally, yeah, I've actually had, like, quite a few situations that I've been put in, and so many times that I've just been like, it's fine, and it actually is, like, such a big turning point in the relationship that is, like, downhill, and I'm, like, so afraid to leave this person, and thinking, like, it turns into it's a me thing, and, like, now you're reaching out for emotional support or whatever from someone else, and I don't really, like, vibe with that, and now I'm
Yeah.
upset.
Yeah.
And I think that's where a lot of my my toxic behavior in relationships, like I haven't been in a relationship since then, but I was I'm gonna go through your phone. Like, I am going to go through your phone, and honestly, I don't even care if you know. Like, don't leave your phone out, because I'm gonna go through it.
Yeah.
And I
that's just,
hate
like,
that. And
yeah,
I
it's a
don't ever
horrible
want to be that
feeling.
person again. But it is like trauma to this day, because people, like, I will be out with like people that I've like I'm just getting to know or something,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll have their phone out, and my heart is like,
No, I know. It's like a constantly active thing that you have to like try and reel back in because of that feeling. And that is literally one of the worst feelings. Like, looking at someone's phone and realizing that there's just like this whole other world that they've created that you just had no idea existed. And like all these people that they're talking to, and you're just like, I trusted you, and like I didn't. When you're telling me you're like hanging out with these people, like, even though it's like the opposite sex, like, I want to just be like, cool, that's fun, like, thanks for telling me. And instead it's like there were other layers to that.
did you know? Did you like know in your soul?
Yeah.
A woman always knows, and I stand by that.
Yeah.
I knew.
It's like, yeah, looking in the phone is just like the valid, like the confirmation, so that it's like there's a physical proof to match the feeling that you're having, that you're like, I know something's not right.
Trust your gut. It's like, it's hard. I do want to just share, because I don't give a fuck, and like I feel like I can share this story.
Yeah.
Just to give a little bit of a background and give you guys a little bit of tea. My past relationship, the situation, if you guys have, listened, okay, I'm so sorry. Honey, bunny, boo bunny, shmoney, you need to leave. Exit the premises. Beep, beep. Thank you. Skirt, skirt, as Erica likes to say. Oh.
Sorry.
She's very upset. If you guys have listened, go back and listen to every single episode to hear about my past.
Every detail.
The situation that I was in, the relationship that I was in, my living situation, like, everything was just so weird and honestly could be studied, I swear to God. But I was in a very interesting space and like part of my life with this person, and we had been dating for a long time, very committed, but we were also in the middle of fucking Australia with no one around. There was, at the time when we first got to where we were working, basically on a farm, there was our like manager was a woman, and she was older, and like not super old, but like this like rugged Australian lady by herself with her like 70 dogs and like running town. I mean, such a badass, but also like not, I was just like, oh, okay, not threatened by her at all. But I was like, okay, whatever. Going through the phone, had seen like a few messages about some other things that I think were just like really frustrating to me, of just like, he would be telling me one thing and then saying to his friends or his parents or his mom like something else on like the situation or what he wants. And like, I hate the answer, I don't know. When it's been 2 years in a relationship and we're trying to figure out a plan, and your answer to like everything is I don't know, and then I say, well, like, should we even be together? And you say I don't know after I'm like stranded here in Australia, COVID's happening and I can't fly home. Oh, it's a great feeling. It's great. I love that. To then proceed to Safari. Guys, crazy. I know, I'm like giving so much away right now. Proceed to clicking on Safari to see what was Googled, thinking like I'm going to see some like weird ass fucking porn and like whatever. Like, do your shit. Just like, it's annoying. Googled how to impress or how to get an older lady. How to impress something. I forget like the wording.
What?
What other older lady are you trying to get at? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then now I'm like, there's no one else. I'm in the middle of nowhere, and we have to work together. So when they go off every day to go move cattle or go fix something, or they're in the garage fixing cars, I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, that's horrible.
And like, that is just, that I think was just the start of everything else. But I think that moment I was like,
What made you think to check that?
I just had a feeling. I did not have that feeling.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. It wasn't specific. But I was like, something's off. And like, it's just different and I don't understand.
Yeah.
And like, that's what's going on. I will have to share just one other story.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, I don't love it for you.
Same guy, same place, but this time it was before so this was before that whole situation. We were living in Melbourne, so not in like a city, not in like the crazy weird place that I was living at on the station or on the ranch or whatever. I had gotten really drunk. It was his birthday. We went out. I don't know if I've told this story. I don't think so. We went out for drinks and dinner, had such a fun night. We were going to go meet up with some of his work friends that he has met. And I honestly was so fucking excited because I was really struggling to meet people. Mm-hmm. I was having a really hard time adjusting to being so far away from family, the time difference. I had just gotten off like some meds. I was like not smoking, and like it was just really off for me. So I was like, finally, like some people that I get to hang out with like my partner who like we haven't really done anything like this. Mm-hmm. I'm excited. Gets to the end of the night, he's like, yeah, like I'm tired, I don't feel it, like let's just go home. And I'm like, okay. And we've had multiple conversations of like, this is what I need from life. This is what I'm here for. We'd not gone out in Australia, met anybody, seen anything, gone on hikes. Like everything was like fucking pulling teeth here. So I was so excited. And so I feel like this just like solidified, like, what the fuck am I doing here? This is just like a waste of money at this point. So I got home and I was a little tipsy and he went to bed. And so I stayed outside and I was journaling. And I journaled like this one page, and it was basically saying like, I miss my ex. Like I miss my ex. I miss doing things because he would go out and we would do things. We would go camping. We would meet people. We would be doing fun things. And so like it makes me wonder if I was in this situation with him, what my life would look like.
Yeah.
It was the journal entry. Well, he went through my journal and read it, and it was like this whole thing, like his parents got involved.
Oh my God.
And it was like, I was like, we were looking, he was like, you need to fly home, like we're done, like this is done. So that was a journal, and I just
a journal entry.
A journal of my own fucking
to
personal
yourself. In your own.
Like, granted, yes, if I saw that, I would be frustrated. I wasn't fucking Googling it. I wasn't over there messaging my ex. I was just having a drunk night where I was frustrated and I was just like venting to my fucking journal. I'm like, what? And even to this day, like, not to this day because we don't speak, but like it was a constant thing that got brought up. So when fast forward to this whole Googling thing, the justification for that was, well, you miss your ex and you were journaling, so sorry if I had one moment of weakness that I was just Googling.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So like, I don't even know if that's like considered, I would not consider like journaling about your ex cheating. And like, yeah, it's my own personal, like I can't really say like, oh my God, you went through my journal, because like I think it's personal and like it's your hidden stuff, but also so is your phone, so you know, whatever. But yeah, wild like, story for you guys.
Wild. Like, I have a lot of thoughts. Actually communicating with the person is so different than just writing a thought down. Him, it's so valid that he got upset. I would have been upset if I read that.
Yeah.
First of all, weird that I'm reading my partner's journal, but okay, I go through Snoop in their things and I read that. I'm upset. Let's talk about it. Let's understand why you're feeling that way. Like, that is a sign right there. Like, that should have been enough, I feel like, for him to be like, all right, we need to, like, make some changes.
Yeah.
Instead of, like, I'm just going to constantly throw this back in your face and now use it as a justification for me to do something worse. And actually, like, follow through and do, like, talk to another person and, like, pursue a relationship with another person.
Yeah. So that was tough. And that was, like, such an interesting, like... that whole thing was just like wild, but that's my little tea. That's like the full story that I can give you guys.
Well, I can share a little one, I guess.
Yay! Share.
I don't even want to talk about my first relationship because I was just immature and messy and stupid. But, like, my last one, he's an actor and justified a lot of, like, late nights one-on-one with girls for, like, we're recording. We're doing, like, what are they called? Self-tapes? Like, there's no one else that can read lines with me. Only this girl at 11 at night can read lines with me.
What the biggest fucking asshole.
And I was trying to be
Fucker.
like, okay, like, at least he's letting me know that he's doing that.
Yeah, thank God. God forbid. The communication.
But then it turned into, like, oh, if I, like, post about you on my Instagram, like, people who are, like, single and hot are, like, more sought after because it's, like, something that someone can, like, attain. Like, when a hot celebrity gets in a relationship, they lose a lot of followers because it's, like, oh, that, like, thing in someone's mind is of, like, oh, I could be with that person. Like, they lose that. So it's, like, I can't actually post about you on social media or on anything anymore because, like, I'm trying to, like, build a following. And a single person does better building a following.
Then I guess you're
Like,
single.
I was like, okay.
Oh my God.
Okay. It's just, like, all these, like, little things stacking. And I'm like, I would drive up to LA, like, every weekend. But the routine was very similar every single time. And I met some of his friends, but I only met those certain people that he allowed me to meet or that we, like, made plans with. And I always thought I was curious that, like, these people he was always hanging out with during the week, we never hung out with when I was there.
Mm-hmm.
And then he was in the shower and I was just sitting there and I was like, I'm going to go through his phone. And I went on his Instagram and it's just like all of these chats are with other girls. And I was reading a few of them and one of them was like, hey, we're doing like a game night or whatever. This girl's going to be there, but like she has a boyfriend now, so like you need to find your own. Like the way it was phrased was like I interpreted it as he was maybe into this girl or like expressed that he was interested. And so she was letting him know like, hey, she's off the market, so you're going to have to bring your own like girlfriend.
Oh my
Instead of saying, I have a girlfriend, he just was like, haha, sounds good. So
it's like it's just so sketchy. It's sketchy behavior.
It's so sketchy. And it's like, maybe no, there was no outright like sexting or something, but it's like you're flirting with these girls. Like you're not admitting you have a girlfriend. I don't even know if they know about me. We've been together for like 3 years now.
Yeah.
Like what are we doing? And in my desperation, I'm like, I'll move to LA. Like, how long do you want to give the acting thing? We'll try that out.
Yeah. To clarify, like, I do think the timing of how long, this isn't like, oh, we just met and we've been dating for 6 months and these are conversations. Like, this is a committed.
We're in it.
We are in it.
Yeah.
3 years?
Yeah.
Come on now.
I know. So frustrating. And it's like, yeah, it could be way worse. He could actually have had, like, another girlfriend. But I feel like those things, that is cheating to me.
Yeah.
That's
it's
like
the dishonesty and it's the hiding and it's also like the secrecy of like, oh, people aren't allowed to know that I'm here. Like, way to make me feel like this fucking small.
Oh, fully.
And insignificant in your life. Like, I'm here trying to make space and time for you. And you're fucking off. Like,
Yeah.
bye. You're wasting my time.
Yeah.
But then, like, you just are so, because we're women, and like,
And
I
you've
get
invested so much
like,
time.
Like, I was in the middle, and I stayed. I stayed for years after that. Like, I was still there.
I know.
Ugh.
We have to cut ourselves a break, but it's freaking hard.
So hard. So as we're like trying to like actively date or whatever, how would you feel or how would you like, approach the situation of you go on a date and you're really vibing with this guy and few dates in you're like, fuck, I really like this guy, whatever, start getting to know him more, learning about past relationships, and you find out that his past or in some point in his life he has cheated. What are you like? No?
I feel like if he's telling me that and he's like open about it and is like, it was really fucked up you know, like, recognizes that it was wrong.
Yeah.
And maybe, like, even says, like, what he's doing differently or, like, why. Although there's, like, really not a justification. Like, sure, whatever. What was the rationale? I would be more inclined to be like, yeah.
Okay.
I understand. If I find out that he cheats, like, through a friend or something, like, as I'm getting to know him, or, like, you know, it, like comes to light,
yeah.
it's like, why didn't you tell me that?
That's good.
Like, that, to me, it doesn't seem like they actually understand, or they're still immature and embarrassed to admit it.
Yeah.
And it's like, then you probably are going to do something shady again.
Yeah.
If you can't own up to your own mistakes.
That's a good point. I agree with that. Just based on my experiences and, like, my past, I would have a little bit of a hard time at first of just, like, okay, well, where are you at? Yeah. And I don't know, like, of course I would want the guy to come at it like, oh, yeah, I, like, fucked up, blah, blah, blah. But, like, sometimes, not that guys don't do that, but, like, how are you working on yourself?
Yeah.
I would really need to know. And I think I'd be, like, on guard a little bit. But I also think, like, I don't know, people make mistakes and maybe it wasn't the right person. Again, it goes back to what I was saying of, like, if you're doing it all the time. And I think, like, once you're married, I think is different. Not that I think cheating is only defined through marriage. I think you can cheat when you're dating, but just, like, that marriage piece and then, like, the kids involved and stuff, you know, that's just different.
It's just another level.
That's
yeah.
another level.
It's a lot more layers when other lives are involved, I think.
I will have to say I'm rewatching Sex and the City, and Carrie Bradshaw does kind of say how I described it is I think cheating is whatever you and your partner define.
Yeah,
but
I think it looks different.
It does look different, but I also think, there's like a quote. Let me see if I can find it for you guys. She says, I think maybe there's a cheating curve that someone's definition of what constitutes cheating is in direct proportion to how much they themselves want to cheat. And I think that says a lot, meaning, like, if you're in a relationship or trying to get into a relationship and someone is like, I define cheating as only if we fuck. Then I'm like, okay, so you're about to go finger some bitches? Like, is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
But I think this is, like, it's an important conversation to have before because I think it says a lot about that person. Mm-hmm. Which I thought was interesting. Yeah. And I just had seen that on Reddit and I was like, ooh, cheating. I'm gonna share that thought.
I don't know. I just feel like the more I've, like, worked on myself, not by any means am I perfect or, like, the best in a relationship, but I just feel like when I am saying that I'm committed to someone, like, that, those thoughts don't even, like, cross my mind.
Yeah.
It's not like, if there's an issue, it's like, I want to work it out with this person. And that's why I think I, like, stayed so long in my past relationship, because I was, like, trying every angle I possibly could because I wanted it to work.
Well, we're also fix-it girls.
Yeah, it's true. But, like, nowhere in there, like, okay, I guess I'm backtracking because I did say I, like, tried to, like, get his attention. But, like, I wasn't, like, making out with other guys or, like, texting other guys. It was, like, one night I'm like, hey, like, sending a picture, like, clearly showing that other men are there in the thing, and he's just like
men in the background. You're like, look.
Literally.
Oh god.
Immaturity. But yeah, it's not like an active thought of, like, okay, like, I'm gonna keep staying in this relationship and pursue something else.
Yeah.
Like, if that's what I'm getting to, it's like the relationship's done.
Yeah.
Anyway, what did you find on, I almost said Tinder, on Reddit?
That would be wild. Honestly, a lot of what I read. So I asked, there's this one said, ask women, and I just, like, typed in cheating just to see what came back. And, like, some of these questions that women are asking, so not answers, but just, like, prompts are like, for those who took back their cheating partners, what made you do it? What's the dumbest excuse you've ever heard about cheating? And I just thought this was interesting because the most common thing that is being said on all the comments is once a cheater, always a cheater. On almost every single one. This one says, I hate that phrase, once a cheater, always a cheater. I cheated on my husband more than 30 years ago. We worked things out and I've never cheated on him again. Not all cheaters cheat again.
It's like, yeah, I'm sure there are exceptions, but it's like the majority of the time.
I do stand by what I said, though. I think it's like an addiction, and I think if you're continually to put yourself in that situation, then yeah, you're gonna cheat. Like maybe something happened where whatever. I don't know her. I don't know the situation.
I found one that I'm curious your thoughts on,
Okay.
unless you have.
No. I want to hear.
This person was, one of the threads is saying, like, in their relationship, watching porn is, like, they've discussed that as cheating. And she said that, like, multiple times now she's, like, found that her partner is, like, watching porn.
Interesting.
And it's, like, obviously we don't know, like, maybe he is really addicted to porn or something, and that's why they set that boundary. But I'm curious, like, would you consider that cheating in a relationship, watching porn?
No. I mean, oh my God, like, we're just humans. Like, cheating is so difficult, but we're also just humans. And I think, like, I don't know. I just, like, that seems very controlling. I don't know. Wait, no, I take that back. I don't want to say that because whatever their situation is. But me personally, no. I to me that isn't cheating, and I wouldn't be bothered.
What about like going to a strip club?
No, because these are all things I do.
Well, okay,
like
so
I do all
same.
These
No,
things.
literally same. But I was thinking about it yesterday, even before like connecting the dots in my brain just now, and like
I think there's levels.
there's
right?
levels, and also the guy I'm talking to.
Wait, are you about to drop a truth bomb right now?
No, I just am like laughing that I can't say it.
I know.
This guy was like, the strip clubs abroad are way different than the strip clubs in the U.S. And I guess there's like less rules, and it just like everyone's just like fully naked. You can like have sex with like whoever, whatever.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I'm like, okay, you like go abroad, and I'm saying like, yeah, you can go to strip clubs, and now it's like the next level of strip club. I don't know. Is that?
This is where I say like what I don't know won't hurt me. Like as long as you're not like emotionally attached to this person and you're doing it all the time.
Yeah.
Don't hurt me and like and like break my heart by coming home.
STD.
Yeah, or give me an STD literally. Don't come home and be like, oh my God, yeah, I did this. Because now that's all I'm thinking about. And every time I look at you, I'm only going to see that fucking hoe. So, like, I don't want it. It's not my ideal world of you to go to a strip club and go, like, fuck people. Of course not. But I also am like,
yeah.
If you are out with this is not to whoever is next in this fucking world of mine. Like, this is not an opportunity for you to fucking do this.
Yeah, we're not
but
saying
like,
we want that.
If you are out with the guys and you guys are going to a strip club or you're out like in fucking Amsterdam, like, I don't know, go have a blast. I don't want to know about it. As long as it's not like I think of you just a guy just going to or like a boyfriend of mine just going to a strip club and it being like going all the time, like every Friday he's
like
there,
he's
like,
spending
and I'm
so
like
much money
that's
there
enough.
Yeah.
Like that is a line for me. I think that's just a level. Same with the porn thing. If it's an actual problem and it's like you're now disassociating from my love that I'm giving you, like, no, I don't like that.
Yeah.
But I'm like, if you are by yourself and I'm not home and you want to do it yourself, free. I'm tired anyway. Have fun. Enjoy it.
Yeah.
That's my level.
I would agree. I think back to my first relationship, and I think a lot of my like sometimes sexual insecurity comes from that because I think that he was addicted to porn and like wanted me to do a lot of things that he had like seen in porn. But I guess it goes to your thing of like addiction and like it's become a problem.
Yeah.
And
it's just the levels. And that's why like once you're in a committed relationship, that's why communication is key because like I just said, humans are humans and there's going to be different scenarios for different things, whether it's cheating or like really anything. Like you just have to get to know your partner. But I also think, I think it's, I was just about to say, like, it's just a secrecy thing, and I hate the secrets right after I just said, what I don't know won't kill me. I feel like that's
secrets.
like, yeah, keep secret. You just have to be a really good secret keeper.
yeah.
Okay, she wanted to show me a picture on her phone, and I accidentally saw a picture of her doing coke. I started questioning her because we were clean for about a year at that point, and after a few hours, she finally admitted that she went to a rave and spent the night at some guy's place while I was away. Funny thing is that she was the one who wanted us to lay off the drugs in the first place. Yeah, I'm a guy. Sorry for invading your space. I'm lurking here so I can be a better boyfriend. Is that cheating?
I mean, the doing coke again is just lying, but the staying the night at a guy's house, like, I feel like the lying piece on top of spending the night at some dude's house is like, that opens the door to, like, what else are you lying about?
Exactly. I'm like, oh, she's not telling you about what's going on, and then finally she's like, oh, yeah, I just went to a rave, got super coked out. And
also, like, kind of crazy that you have that photo on your phone.
Yeah, what? Just like, yeah, like, crazy. The one right next to you and your, whatever.
Yeah.
Like, and then you're going to say, yeah, and I just, like, slept over at this guy's house. I'm automatically like, no, you didn't.
Yeah.
No, you didn't. You're lying. You just are trying to cover it up.
Yeah. There was one that I saw about this guy who Snapchat?
Ooh. I fucking hate Snapchat. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
It is such a tool for just the sneakiest
worst
sneaks ever.
on the planet.
And, like, you can do stuff and get away with it and there's no proof.
Yep.
And I hate that.
Yep.
And someone was saying, like, my boyfriend has, like, 20 girls on Snapchat, but he's saying, like, they're all his friends. And I'm like, okay. I have guy friends. I don't Snapchat them.
Nope.
I don't. I'm not talking to 20 of them.
No.
That's crazy.
Oh my god, I'm gonna say something horrible. I don't think a man's brain is capable of, like, having so X amount of female friendships. So your excuse of having, like, all of these, like, Snapchat messages that go away after a certain amount of time is because you're all friends. No. I'm fine with guys having friends that are girls. 50?
Yeah.
25? 10?
And ones that you're talking to, like, every day. Yeah, you
Fuck
got your
off.
streaks.
You don't even talk to me every day.
I know, literally.
Shut up. It's so frustrating.
So, yeah. Ooh, okay. I think there's so much more. I could talk about this for so long. But I feel like the last one... Actually, maybe this is too close to home. Tell me if you want to answer this or not. Is if you... Okay, let's just say I'm dating someone. Mm-hmm. Let's just say.
Okay.
And you... Okay, this is... I'm trying to think of a way to ask it to where it would be, like, difficult for you. Because I was going to say, like, and you find out he's cheating on me. It's like, yeah, well, of course you're going to tell me he's cheating on her. But what if I'm cheating on him? Would you tell him?
Oh, tell him no.
No?
No. My loyalty's not to him, it's to you.
Okay. I'm trying to get the best way to, like, ask this. Like, if you know that someone's cheating on someone, would you tell that person? Maybe it's just, like, two friends that, like, you don't really have, like, a connection. You just know. Like, would you involve yourself in that? Would you let them know? Because I've seen these things on, like, TikTok or whatever where it's like, hey, if your man is this person in Vegas this weekend, like, this is what we saw him doing, and, like, don't, like, get married to him. Like, I've seen a few of those go around on social media. And it's like, would you ever do that if you saw, like, something sketchy?
Nah, that's not my business. That is not my problem. No, I don't think so. I'll talk about it. I'll fucking talk shit about you behind your back.
Yeah.
And if you were to ask me, I'd probably say something. I think it depends levels. If you were cheating, no, I wouldn't tell whoever it is you're cheating. But I would be very clear of, like, girl, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, I think, let's, like, chat about it because something's off.
Yeah.
And I think if it was, like, a friend group situation of, like, two, I mean, like, just me as a person, my loyalty is always going to be with the girl, even if she's the one in the wrong, because, like, especially if she's a friend. If it's a guy friend, it's a little different, but even still, like, we have a guy friend, and if his girlfriend, we have one singular guy friend, I don't know why I said it like that, I was thinking about someone in particular, and if his girlfriend at the time, I saw her out and about cheating, I still think I would say something to her and be like, hey, I caught you.
Yeah.
I don't like that you're doing this. You need to either tell him or I will. Because I'm not down with this.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, like, even still, that opens up, like, he's probably going to be like, why didn't you tell me right away? Whatever. But I just think, like, I don't know. That's tough.
I know. It's messy. I tend to err on your side, though, of, like, I just don't want to involve myself if it's not someone that I'm close to. And I also...
on the podcast, we're talking about your situation on here, I can tell you that much.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel like I'd always err on the side of the girl, even if they're in the wrong. Because us girls, we gotta stick together.
Yeah.
Us women.
Yeah.
I keep doing that.
Yeah, I don't know. That is tough. I do think I've learned my lesson. I've gotten involved in, like, I mean, we both have, where we're, like, really involved in a cheating situation. And it has, like, oh my God, like, trauma. So I'm like, I'm not saying anything anymore. I don't care who you are at this point.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But cheating's messy, and just, like, be an honest person. Don't do sneaky shit. And if you do, like, own up to it sooner than later. Because I feel like it's just, like, the tale is old as time. The more you lie, the more lies that are going to get uncovered, and the worse it's going to be. And it's like you learn that when you're, like, 14 and you lie to your parents. Yeah.
Just break up.
Break up, honestly.
It's sad, but nothing hurts worse than feeling like you
weren't good enough
weren't
worthy of just, like, the honesty. So hopefully everyone's in happy, healthy relationships.
So have fun
and
don't cheat.
A great time dating. If you're not, hopefully you're not traumatized. Some great places to check are Snapchat, Venmo, Instagram DMs, Facebook DMs, and
apparently their personal journal. So that's cool.
I love it. Alright, guys. We'll see you next Wednesday. Go follow us on all the things and have a lovely week.
See you guys.
Bye.